My name is Erek Slater. I live in Chicago with my partner and our three small kids. I have been a bus operator for the Chicago Transit Authority, or CTA, for 14 years. My coworkers have elected and re-elected me to be their shop steward and union executive board member for 3 terms for the last 7 years. Last May, police in Minneapolis killed George Floyd, sparking a protest movement that went around the world. The Amalgamated Transit Union Local 1005 in Minneapolis put out a good statement supporting bus drivers who refused to drive police or arrested demonstrators to or from the protests. The International Union, ATU, representing almost 200,000 transit worker families in the United States and Canada, followed with a public statement saying that just as our members, bus drivers, have the right to refuse work they consider dangerous or unsafe during the pandemic, so too Minneapolis bus drivers, our members, have the right to refuse the dangerous duty of transporting police to protests and arrested demonstrators away from these communities where many of these drivers live. This is a misuse of public transit. I seconded a motion put forward by a vice president of my local union in Chicago, ATU Local 241, that supported our brothers and sisters in Minneapolis for taking a stand against the murder of George Floyd. It passed the board unanimously. That weekend, workers were discussing the situation at my bus garage, and I led a discussion quoting our international position and asking coworkers if they felt safe driving police to these demonstrations. That's when the Chicago Transit Authority's top manager at our bus garage shouted over our meeting, called me an idiot in front of coworkers, and claimed that we were leading a wildcat strike. He then called the police, who arrived after workers decided we had no choice but to disperse. Management put charges against me as a bus driver for gross behavioral violation. That week, they continued to illegally interfere in our discussions protected by the U.S. Constitution, labor law, and our union contract. So we began filing a lawsuit and organized a rank-and-file speak-out and press conference. They removed me from service as a bus operator several days before a press conference and formally fired me a few weeks thereafter. Immediately, an international reinstatement campaign was organized. The press conference and rank-and-file speak-out on short notice had over 100 people join with us and marched to the CTA headquarters to demand my reinstatement. Dozens of unions and worker organizations around the world sent statements and letters of support. We received written statements from 12 countries and counting. In the United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, Chile, Uruguay, Brazil, Zambia, Italy, Portugal, Great Britain, Japan, France. We also received written statements of support from ATU Locals 241, 308, and 998. Many rank-and-file workers and union officers have also expressed their support for this campaign. Over $2,800 was donated so far to help my family and for legal fees. Over 1,400 people signed a petition demanding I be returned to work. We plan to deliver the signatures of that petition at the next meeting of the CTA Board of Directors on November 18th. We also plan to hold another rank-and-file speak-out. We will be raising many concerns, such as coronavirus safety for workers, the misuse of public transportation during the protests, and the many workers who have been fired unjustly. If you are in Chicago and support workers' rights to freedom of speech, and you support the right of people to protest police killings, join us. Supporters around the world are also welcome to join an online event scheduled for November 10th, where I will be giving another update and we will hear from workers in struggle from around the world. To get involved, you can go to our Facebook page called International Campaign to Reinstate Chicago Bus Driver Erek Slater. You can also contact the campaign at reinstateerek@gmail.com. More links will be in the description and comment fields of this video. I want to thank everybody.